You know what that means. Hey, Sprouts. Time for me to turn off the interface. That's what it means. Woo! Time for fishing. That's what that means. Yes, time station hashtag. Welcome back to a horrible mess that is the audio of this game. I think we did all the quests. That guy went fishing again, and, our family was betrayed by, none other than our father, of course, who we're betraying our family right now by going fishing in the winter, even though we said that it was the last day for fishing. Dreamed about Dad again last night. My dreams, he had such a sorrowful expression on his face. And it pained me like a knife to the heart. And that's it. That's all the exposition we get on that. White-spotted parrot. We have all the time in the world, and we need 2 of them, 65 centimeters or more, which is pretty big. Yeah, there's no point in just pre-buying bait because, like, you never reuse the bait. Laver? What is laver? Looks like some kind of food thing. A piece of tar. I forgot to do the news. Well, we'll do the news right now about fishing. News is, sorry about last week. I missed Revenant Saga. I was just out of it all last week, and I got vaccinated though. I am no longer, a threat to the local populace. Little fish! Oh my pillow. Here's like, chair was made for quote unquote executives, which apparently mean really wide people. Wow, that was max size parrotfish. Sweet. But I might do a double episode. Eventually. You're not the fish I want. You're probably, like, really small. Other news, I spent 11 billion hours trying to get my shaders back and working because I upgraded the shader. Of course, I broke the shader because it's not, optimized. And the person wants, like, $10 for, like, the pro version. $10 a month for the pro version. One of them fucking subscription things. Because in Patreon, you only have access to the links for as long as you subscribe, which means if you want to have access to the pro version of the shader, you need to keep paying $10 a month. And you need to pay $10 or $10 a month for whenever you want to download the shader. Like if you want to skip a few versions. Then you have to pay $10 for like the updates basically. It's like Photoshop. You have to pay like $300 every time you want to upgrade Photoshop, or I don't know how much Photoshop is. I think they charge a subscription fee now because they realize charging people like $300 to upgrade every single year, mind you, they only charge it per year. The Ployomi Pro Shader wants it $10 a month, which is $120 a year. For like the shader updates. You can of course download like the free version, but of course it's like you're not what I want, go away, goatfish. But of course the free version is like a few versions behind the pay for version. Because of course when they mean open source, they don't mean open source. There's like really no reason to put like the thing on the GitHub. Because like there really is no source, it's just a Unity package, which it's not code. Well, I mean it is the code, but it's not like you can compile it and run it yourself. You can't download the code off of the GitHub and have the pro features like Asprite does. Asprite's like if you want to compile it yourself, you can have all the latest and greatest yourself, but pay me to compile it for you. It's basically Asprite, which I found Asprite pretty easy to compile. I found a guide, and then I made a bash script? Is it a bash script? I made a script to get it to work. The only thing you really need to do is keep like 2 files updated. Like one is I think Ninja and another one is some other libraries. But I have like top of the line Asprite because I compile it myself. And I know the next question is, can you send it to me? Well, not exactly. Because of course, you know, it's open source, but don't compile and distribute the binaries, which goes against being open source. I might just find like a file repository that just unload that on. Anyway, Ployomi Shader, $120 a month for the updates. Or not a month, a year. Just to have the most latest and greatest version. So, of course, when I upgraded the free version, it broke everything. Because what I'm saying is that if your shader's gonna break shit, maybe not charge that much for it. Like maybe like if you pay like $1 or the $2, you get the pro shader, because then people are more encouraged to, you know, give you a lot more people would probably subscribe to your Patreon because they can get the thing they really want, which means a lot more money for you. But, go ahead and charge $10 a month per upgrade, because I do believe the Koyomi upgrades per month, where it says they will upgrade at the end of the month, but most of these devs don't really keep a good schedule. Yeah. From the day I became estranged from my dad, I stopped coming to the cabin. Couldn't stand the idea of spending time with just the two of us. No, not after what he did to Mom, which was just leave her, I think. I remember the forlorn expression he wore. I'm sorry, honey, I fell in love with a fish. I couldn't forgive him. It's probably I had to leave you because the big one with the mic? Does it sound kind of like purring? Also, hey, Bunzel. Welcome. Is it fixed? Because if it was fixed in that short little thing, that's the game audio. I've done as much as I can to make it good. I've got like a noise suppression, noise gates, and everything. This is about as good as it gets since I'm streaming from a Vita. Because they decided to put the phono jack right next to the USB out, and the Vita wasn't really meant to do streaming. So now I was just about to make a comment that we're probably going to find our dad in a basement that has 3 padlocks on it. It has intermittent issues. Sometimes it's good for the day, sometimes it's just absolutely terrible. And it also depends on what screen I'm on. Like, it'll absolutely scream at a black screen. My hands. And at other times it's like pretty quiet. If I take off the noise gate, it'll sound horrible. Mom always had fragile health. Oh no, it's the mom with fragile health that gets anime disease. I can still remember that fateful day vividly. Oh god, don't tell me his mom died because his dad wanted to go after the big one. Mom wasn't feeling well and she was obviously suffering. So yeah, this guy's kind of shit if his excuse is I wanted the big fish and it was in season. Then Dad started talking about how he was going to go fishing. Oh gods. Dude couldn't handle what was going on at home, so he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna ditch. I asked him not to go, but he wouldn't listen to me. Your mother doesn't mind? Yeah, she obviously does. Those words, he left the house. And then, that very day, Mom collapsed. Wow, these, like here you can really hear the noise, the line noise, right before the noise gate catches up with it. Or is it noise gate or noise suppression? I think it's noise suppression. And then here it's kind of like a buzz. You kind of hear some of music go in and out too because it's also being suppressed. I should probably look into getting one of them capture card things because then I could run it off of my PSTV. But I'm not sure if the quality would be that good because I think it outputs pretty decent quality for what it does. I have no idea what like the compression is on like up there, but it looks pretty much 1-to-1, but except for like the scaling because I upscaled it. Alright, no new class, so it's back to missions. There are clear skies again today. It's ideal fishing weather. But in my mind, clouds are looming. Alright, long-tooth grouper, and we're using a sorry fillet. Sorry. We're using more fish we could probably be eating. Oh, I wasn't paying attention that this was like a 5-minute challenge. This is a medium-sized fish. You can hear like when I switch from like when it depends on what colors, honestly. So I guess the noise you're hearing is the noise of the colors. You are not what I want. I'll just force a line break. Go away, puffer, you're not what I want. Are the groupers down at the bottom? Puffers. This one looks big, and I don't think I have a big puffer. But I think I found the grouper. Yep, wasting time. Or was it a grouper? There's the groupers. Wow, it's taking forever to like reel this one in. Oh well, if I fail, I fail. I still get my fish. Come on, get out of the flipping water. So, how have you guys been doing? Come on, grouper. No, not you. Not you. Where's that grouper go? Come on back. Come on. Get on the line! Is it the purring thing? Oh, speaking in water? Hang on. Like, can you still hear what I'm saying? Because... There we go, we got a grouper. That's considered small. Alright. Let's continue fishing, I guess. Let me get my preview back up. Oh great, now I can't hear any audio from the Vita. Fish! Fish, 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 fish! Get on the line! Which if you see the audio, you should be able to hear it. Gonna have to chance it. Oh well. Right, now why is line in not working? Tally ho! To fishing! No hand, don't try and choke me. Not into that. I have no idea what broke other than OBS. Because OBS takes up a lot of memory in itself. Because I can tell you the Vita audio, it will purr, it will scream, it will do everything because you're not supposed to really, be streaming from a Vita. So... But if I'm under the ocean, well... Maybe I'm just turning into an Ismithian. Clouds are looming, so we have to do a 5-minute, three long-tooth groupers challenge. Also, Meryl, you shouldn't smoke. Smoking is bad. Alright. Recording, streaming, good. Everything's good to go. Well, wouldn't be a Sprout stream without something getting broken. I'm keeping Discord off. But yeah, maybe OBS and Discord just didn't agree for like a moment, because Discord has recently updated for their new branding or whatever. Alright, that should be mission target. Wait, wasn't I by the one with the rock? Maybe not. No, bad fishy. No, bad. Also, dump chickens, go away. Nobody likes you. Except, you know, I think you can... I really hate these you can't find the fish challenges. It's kind of like not fair. Especially since your bait sinks so slowly. Oh hey, it's this musical track. Ah, damn it! And then the batteries in my controller decided to crap out. Oh boy. Let me guess. Yup, that did the thing. Oh, these batteries should be charged. Not charged. Right, these batteries should have some charge in them. Hang on, everything is just breaking on me right now. It's not my controller's not syncing up properly. You can just hear my Vita just buzz in the background. Janai, is that from El Hazard? Or is that from something else? Alright, we're back. Or like Mr. Bean. But Mr. Bean usually is just doing it wrong in the first place. Tetris just keeps coming up with bullshit. Tetris usually comes up with bullshit. Like, here's your S pieces. Like, just S pieces. Good luck with that. Even though I hear there's supposed to be an algorithm in the new Tetrises that mean that it's not exactly completely random because it guarantees you certain pieces within, like, a number of certain pieces. Because, like, completely random Tetris is bullshit. Apparently, because you don't get your straight pieces. Puyo Puyo Tetris. That is a game. There's no point in casting it again. Giving straight lines is good Tetris. This is gonna be a fun video edit later. I'd hate Tetris if it became Puyo Puyo. Because I am not good at Puyo Puyo. Give them very shapes that actually be fun. So the game gives them unusual shapes. It's like, I've seen that kind of Tetris that gives you, like, weird Tetrinos. Let's just use the Dragon Hammer. Once again, spending too much... too much time finding the fish. And then the game becomes Puyo Puyo. Still haven't tried that fighting fish game for the Switch yet. I should try it later. Alright, there's either no fish or like the wrong fish. Come on! Stop missing the damn bait. Oh, I should though. This guy is like sad that, you know, his dad left his family and like his mother collapsed and all that, but he's doing the same thing to his pregnant wife. So I guess he didn't learn anything. Unless it's like Fishing Vacation where he finds his dad in the padlocked basement. Or well, not, he didn't find his dad in the padlocked basement. He finds the weird statue in the basement. Oh god damn it, fish! Bonk. Bonk. This has to be a bug. I just like that you're fishing and you're like, okay, I catch like, you know, like some freshwater fish, and then you start catching saltwater fish, and then it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's a great white! It'd be nice if it went from a gradual, okay, these are like trout and, you know, fish that you'd find together, and then, you know, they start throwing into like more kind of like, these are fish you really wouldn't find in the same river. And then, you know, then they start kind of eking in the, like, this is a fish you definitely wouldn't find in a river. You know, then you're fishing up human hands and rib cages and stuff. And you're like, you know, I don't think this is fish. Yes, yes, I'm done with this. I've caught all the grouper. Give me them points. I wouldn't mind fishing up Mario, or Sonic the Hedgehog, or like Crash Bandicoot for that matter. Wait, is Jinai Tomonori the one with the, he's counting sheep? And then there's a butler? Or like, the sheep like gets up to jump, and then it doesn't jump? Okay. That was pretty funny. The day that Mom collapsed, Dad didn't come back from fishing until late in the night. Fortunately, there didn't turn out to be anything seriously wrong with her. There didn't? That sentence just sounds weird. Hitsuji ga Ibiki. And then there's a sheep that comes up and like baas really loudly. Because it wants to be counted, but it's like, no sheep, you're supposed to be putting me to sleep. But I was frantic with worry. I'm sorry, forgive me! When my dad came into the hospital room, he apologized profusely to me and Mom. I'm sorry, he said over and over. Like an anime girl in anime. Because that's pretty much all they do is apologize for their existence. My mom was able to come up with a faint smile in response. And then she ate his liver. But I couldn't forgive him. I remember how the tears glistened in his eyes. Wait, if this is a prequel to like the one for the, might be a prequel to Road Trip Adventure, so this might be the guy from that. Or maybe not. Or how tears glistened in his eyes. It was the first time I saw him cry. And then I knew he was a human being because he had emotion. And after that day, I never saw him go fishing again. The end. No, not B end. The end. This is not like you got the bad end B, and there's like 5 other endings. I do hope they make a sequel to Fishing Adventure. Or Fishing Vacation. Cause I do like the, you're fishing and then it's like you're on the lake. But I can kind of maybe understand like the lack of variety of fish, because there's like a, it was for a game jam, so there was like limited time, but it's definitely something they can expand with like lots and lots of different fish, like, and I guess after the sea creatures you just start going into like the deep sea creatures, like the weird shit from like the depths of the ocean. And then you fish up Cthulhu. Quest? No quest. This will probably be my last day of winter fishing. You said that it was going to be your last day of fishing when winter hit. Now you're saying it's your last day of winter fishing. That's only because winter's ending. Looking at my dad's notes, I think a big catch is waiting for me. I'm going to get hydrated and hope nothing breaks. Leaning down, I'm getting my bottle of stuff. I'm drinking my bottle of stuff. I have drank my bottle of stuff. Squid! And tuna! Which I could go for some tuna. Wow, squid's pretty expensive, all things considered. These better pull in some, like, mucho points, at least better than 120. Like, the fish should probably pull in more points than the bait you're using to catch it. Go, my well-trained, Well, I guess I don't have a time limit. Go, my well-trained squid, catch that tuna. Like, they probably have like a squid lure that just looks like it's like just a plastic squid or a rubber squid. Instead of using like actual squid, like why would you use actual squid? There's some good eating on that squid. I wouldn't use actual squid. Why the fuck are you going after it like pufferfish? Leave my squid alone. Like, I'd be up here eating the squid and going, haha, you losers get some, like, rubber squid. And then the fish would, like, capsize my boat and eat me. And the squid. Oh, is this the big one? I really want to see if I can find the soundtrack to these games to see if how many fishing themes there are, because there's like one for the big fish, one for like small fish, and then I think there's two others. They don't really hear this one often. Okay, that is the biggest the salmon. Is that a salmon? That's a tuna. 302 centimeters. 302.7 centimeters. That is a big fish. Like, I have some ball-jointed dulls, and like the small versions are usually like 30 to 40 centimeters, and like the bigger ones are like a standard 50. But I have a 90 centimeter one, and it's like, it's 3 of those plus some. The 6-foot fish. That could be a person. If it wasn't a fish. That's the size of 3 small children. Go away, pufferfish. Nobody likes you. Is it around 6 feet? So let me see, it's 9.84 feet. Okay, that's a lot bigger. That is the size of lots of small children. Well, I mean, how much does it weigh after I get done, like, eating its, like, gutting it and, like, getting some of the insides out and, like, keeping its husk? Its picked over, desiccated husk. Okay, I was thinking 1 meter is, like, 3 feet. I don't know why I was thinking like 3 meters was 3 feet. Or something. Listen, I went to an American public school. All of you and your metric systems and your Canadian temperature measurements. That's what the C stands for, right? Canadian or is it crap? Why does it keep changing whenever I press that button? Stop doing the thing. I push any button, it changes my costume. This is my alternate costume. I don't know if it's like fancier or whatever. It's just different than my Stars and Cosmic costume. It's also not animated. Medium, huge. Okay, the medium one is about 3 feet. Or like the size of 6 feet. Shit. Bigger the fish, the higher the yield. That makes sense. 170, that's about, maybe not an average size of a human being, but like, it's the size of a human being. And then we have almost double that, which is like 2 human beings plus. Yeah, an average male is 6 feet. I don't know if they've updated that. I think average female height is, I want to say 5'5". Of course, in anime, the average male height is like 180, and the average female height's like 130 or something. Yeah, it probably varies by a locality. I think over here, most things are designed around a 6 foot as like a base. Like cars and stuff are usually 6 foot basic. So like short people, I don't know any short people, have to like suffer whenever they like have to drive a car. They have to like move the seat like until you're kissing the steering wheel. Which could probably equal lots more mortality deaths because you're so close to the steering wheel. Aren't you like 6 feet or something? 5 something? 5'8"? 5,096? Yeah, that's a good number. I'll just throw that out there. It probably means something in some form of measurement. At some point, the afternoon breeze started to have a touch of warmth to it, so I shut the window. A harbinger of spring, a breath of promise that the harsh winter is thawing out. Warmth? Spring? Maybe it's a lot less cold. But I wouldn't say it was particularly warm. Like, they say it's like 66 outside. That's like nice. And it's, well, it's almost summer, but it's still spring. Last spring, I met my dad again after our long estrangement. He had gills. And kind of talked like he was gurgling in the back of his throat. 5, okay, 5'5" is average. Unless, like, average woman's height is like 5, 5 plus, 5 higher than 6. Then I'll have to go and find out who keeps the standards and burn them to the ground. You know, for the short people. Been 10 years since we'd last met. Our reunion took place in a hospital room. Oh god, this is a sad story. When I heard he'd been hospitalized, I rushed to see him. Over our years apart, my dad had gotten a lot thinner. He looked so much different from the dad I remembered. But his faint grin was the same as ever. The same as it ever was. 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 Seeing Dad smile, all the anger I had been holding in against him melted away in an instant. Instant redemption arc! You shove someone in the hospital, they could have, like, murdered, I don't know, 50 kittens and 5 children. But now you're sad because they're sick. And dying. That was how we reconciled at last. He and I talked as we used to in the old days. Just like when I was a kid. I spoke my mind about the resentment I had been harboring. I asked him to straight out, why did you go fishing that day? Little did I know he was compelled by the ocean. Dad was silent for a long time, and then with a faint grin on his face, he said, when you become a father, you will understand. Oh my... Is this some kind of genetic thing? Like, they crawl out of the ocean, like, settle down, and then at some point, the call of the ocean drags them back to the ocean, or, like, the lake or the river, or wherever they crawl out from. That was when I decided to come back to the cabin. Because I want to be a great father too. So I abandoned my wife and my unborn child. Might as well get, like, being terrible out of the way. Alright, I got 7,000 points. I think I need, like, 10,000 for some of, like, the better rods. Yeah, that's the dragon hammer. That's the Speed Star. The Volcano Impact has 0 durability. I still don't understand what power means. Mermaid Princess. Okay, yeah, now we're getting back into road trip adventure. Real and fast is also well balanced. I have a feeling that's a copy of another rod, but with a skill bonus. Extremely rare rod that triples the points you earn. What a find. Like, Iron Guardian seems like it might be worth it. I would buy Balin one of these rods. But I have a feeling if I invited him into the party, I couldn't change his equipment. The gentle spring sunshine feels great. Spring is a beautiful time of year to be back at the cabin. But you can recruit him! That video proved you can put Balin in the party. A new season for my fishing quest. So this guy's kind of been out here for almost a year? That promise Dad wrote about making to me? Don't you mean about that promise Dad wrote about Dad wrote about making me? I haven't figured out what it was yet. Let me break everything again. I am hoping that spring will bring a clearing up of the mystery just like springtime brings clear skies. Ha ha ha! Not around here. Winter usually has, like, the clearest skies. Because it's so cold that all the clouds, like, they do their cloud thing and go away. Squid fillet! A chicken grunt? That doesn't look like a chicken or a grunt. I don't know if anybody can explain the name to me, but I have 10 minutes for 3 of them. Okay, squid fillets aren't that much money. I wish there was a little crafting system that if you bought squid, you could turn it into squid fillets. Like 12 squid fillets per squid. Is this gonna be a hard to find fish, which is why they give me the extra time? It's probably because these fish are hard to find. You're not my target fish, I don't think. You look like a grouper. You look like target fish. Please be over 35 centimeters. Why? Let go. Let go. That's a puffer fish. You're not what I need either. for fish, but... So did they just, like, randomly respawn, despawn whenever I catch one? Oh, oh. Come here, fishy, come here. Either one of you. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we have this laid-back reeling in music. We have, like, the fast-paced reeling in music. Then there was, like, that other rock one. Please be target. Okay, you're target. Good. Hey, fishy! Don't think you're target. And here's this laid-back music. Which is probably for not your target. Yeah, that one's like fucking small. Feel sorry for it. Rob the cradle! Good. Your mission target. Now I need like one more target. You! Any of you. Both look like target. Come on, fish. Come on! I am literally dangling stuff in front of your face. Just bite it. That's all I ask. Just open your fishy mouth and put the bait in your fishy mouth and then close your fishy mouth. Alright, you are a target, so that's 3 targets. Let's go back. I didn't get a gigantic one though. What was that mint number? Is that... Why did I get -3? Oh, because I was... Why is it -30? I'm under 15. I'm under 5 minutes. Do I have to be like faster than that? You gave me 10 minutes. I guess this is one of those, like, you're supposed to catch some other fish or something, I don't know. The old man who runs the shop told me something interesting. He told me that my father took up fishing when I was very little. He made some kind of promise to me. And that promise is what made him take up fishing. Apparently. But wasn't he fishing before he made the promise? The old man didn't know any further details about it. I tried to think back to when I was very little, but nothing rings a bell. So what did my dad promise me back then? The answer has to be buried away somewhere in my childhood memories. Or this basement that has the blood on the door. I'm gonna go to hypnosis therapy. Or hypnosis therapy. I kind of wish I could use some kind of hypnosis therapy when I'm like, especially looking up settings for stuff. Like, what was the setting I left that on? When I have to, like, redo something? Like my shirt here. Like, I had to totally, like, refix the shader. So I don't know if it's, like, animating like it used to or not. I think it does have more stars on it, though, because I think some of the stars were actually being eaten by some programming or something. Quest? Quest! Your dad once caught this huge bluefin tuna. We were all stunned by its size. I had never seen a bluefin tuna that big and probably never will again. Now you feel competitive, don't you? But if you can catch some large bluefin tuna, I'll give you something very special. What do you say? Is it bait? Is it aquarium toys? Yeah, but we have to catch the hugest of them. The culture! Bluefin tuna is a monster fish. Never underestimate it, or you'll be dragged into the water. Great! And then I'm closer to the fish and I can just, like, go up to the fish, sink my teeth into it, and just start nomming away on it. Be like, nom 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 nom. Wait, how many do you want? 10? I'm guessing either 10 or 5. Three, okay. That's not too bad. Maybe it's because it's large fish and like the 5 and 10 ones is like kind of medium to large, or just get me like 5 of these fish. I don't care how big they are. I'm wondering what kind of tuna that we have that we use for like regular tuna, not albacore. So I figure albacore is a different type of tuna, or like is it just a different type, or just a different area of the tuna fish? Tuna, 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 tuna. Did I pass it? Okay, we haven't got this strange fish, but also what is that fourth fish? Let me get that fourth fish out of the way. Halibut. Damn, these jigs are like super expensive. Might as well just shove some like squid on the end of it. And be like, I'm totally going after some tuna here, and then like get the other fish. Halibut, are they a kind of flounder? I forget. Looks like it's a sinking lure, so maybe? You are a tuna, I think. I want to say I've eaten halibut. I want to say it didn't quite taste all that good, because if they're a flounder, they taste probably like dirt. Because in the fish world, it kind of is you are what you eat. You must be the halibut. No, let it go. Bad fish, bad fish. Damn it! You fish need to be more coordinated. Over here. Here, grab it again, grab it again. Fish, 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 fish. Let it go. No! You halibut! Get on my hook! Now I bet all the fish have, like, gone all over everywhere. And then there's this music, which is like the peppy, upbeat, happy music. Might be the wrong rod for this fish. Yeah, there we go. Look at that creepy-eyed fish. That's a large one, too. Alright, back to cheaper bait. Oh wait, never mind, it was squid. I thought it was squid fillet. You know what? Let me try something. Let me try this garbage tackle, because apparently fish will, like, bite onto anything. Like, even if it's not their bait, so let me see if I can just bait them with some other crappy bait. Or is it one of those, you just have to have the bait that fits one of the fish in this area, and any of the fish will bite onto it. Alright, these don't sink. Squid are expensive. Mackerel. Mackerel? Mackerel's kind of cheap. Let's go throw these in here. There we go. Like you're gonna get the expensive bait fishies. Ha! 330 points for a gigantic one. And their bait is 120. So 110 profit. But if they'll bite onto this, I make 310 profit. I'll even take halibut. They're probably worth some points. Alright. Grasshopper. You're worth points too. And this is cheap bait, so... I think I want to say the pufferfish might actually, like, the mackerels for the pufferfish. But, which would make it that, since it's a fish that would bite onto the bait, that, like, any of the fish would bite onto the bait. Because I want to make it challenging and be like, okay, here's, like, these other fish that are gonna bite onto the bait, and you gotta, like, maneuver your lure, and then, like, just hope the fish unbites. Alright, and here's this one, this is like the fast-paced, like, guitar one. He needed large, though. Which I think the first one I got was gigantic. I will throw worms in here to see what I get. And here's like the different guitar one. So I don't know, there's like 3 or 4 different like fishing themes. Which is good, because, you know, just having one theme gets kind of old. You hear that, road trip adventure? Having, like, a couple themes. Okay, yeah, yeah. I think I started, like, fishing out some of the tuna here. Don't tell me that all of these are going to be gigantic, because that would be like, why the hell was I paying so much for the squid bait if, like, the squid bait isn't going to get me the biggest fish? It's large, it's big. That's what I need for my quest. I didn't want to do that. My buttons work with me. Well, now that I know that I can turn in the quest, I might as well just go back to the cabin in the woods. Small, large, gigantic. Small, gigantic, and large. So yeah, like, using the fillets is actually pretty good. Take that, game! I figured you out! Let me save again, because it's been 5 seconds and I forgot if I saved the first time. This is a large bluefin tuna. Amazing! No, this one's gigantic. That one's gigantic. That one's small. That one's small. That one's large. Your dad wasn't into fishing very much, but your passion for fishing might be greater than your dad's. Here, this is a decoration for your tank! Know it. If you have some interesting stories to share with me, stop by and have a chat with me. Well, there was this time I went up to my uncle's cabin, and there was like this trap door that had 3 padlocks on it, and like there was some fish heads in the refrigerator. Oh, it's a pyramid. And a sphinx. Kinda wish they'd give quests a little bit more often in this game. That wasn't an exclamation point, was it? The lake sparkles with color in spring. Fishing is absolute pleasure this time of year. That's it. That's all we get for the story. 5 minutes, diving minnow, 1 cherry salmon, 60 centimeters or more, and fuck cherry salmon because it took me forever to get one in Animal Crossing. Do believe it was a cherry salmon. It was a salmon. It was the salmon species. Cause like sometimes, like in Animal Crossing, I really hate the rarity of the fish. And like when you know you've got the fish you want and then like you miss it. I don't know if you're a cherry salmon or not. You are some kind of salmon. Do you taste like cherries, cherry salmon? Apparently there's a fish in, yeah, percentage-based fishing systems. It is a cherry salmon, and it's its target. I came, I saw, I got my fish. In, like, how many seconds? And isn't there that fish that tastes like watermelon? From, that Legend of the River King? That takes forever to find. But yeah, Animal Crossing is just... I stopped playing it because it really got really annoying doing anything, because it's like... Finding anything rare? Oh no. Like, they totally nerfed the scorpions and the tarantulas. Because people were like, they figured out a way to abuse it, and it's like... Come on. Which of course made it harder for people who were legitimately playing the game. Like me. So now I keep missing scorpions because I forget they exist. I dig into the memories of my childhood. Especially the memories with my dad. But my recollections of those years are so foggy and distant. Speaking of fog, it only rises on the lake once or twice a year. Funny that. When the conditions are just right at the end of summer, it can happen. Pretty rare though. I have a vague memory of holding my dad's hand and walking through the fog into Silent Hill. I remember that it was a little scary. You know, Silent Hill fishing would actually probably be pretty cool. But since I was with my dad, it was alright. Then I got separated from him, and then he looked for me, and then there was like a car wreck or something. I don't know how the rest of that goes. On our walk, we saw something in the lake. We saw it. Some kind of huge white fish leaping from the surface of the fog-shrouded lake. I remember now. And then I asked my dad, "Dad, what's that fish?" And he said to me, "You don't want to know. Forget you saw anything." I don't know, but whatever it was, I'm gonna catch it. Really? You promise? That was the promise. Maybe that was when Dad made the promise to me. Maybe that's why he abandoned my mother to be hospitalized to go after that crappy-ass fish, because it was that time of summer and the fog was right and the fish was there. That solves the mystery of the promise, but it also reveals something else. As far as I can remember, Dad never did fulfill that promise. Kid, he put himself in the hospital to go after that fish. Probably not, but, you know. Welcome! You don't have a quest for me, and I don't have the money to buy that weird rod that I want. A warm wind blows across the lake. Fishing while enjoying all the blooming flowers of spring is marvelous. That's it. That's the story. We want to get rainbow trout, which looks like a salmon. A cherry salmon, but slightly different. But you use salmon roe to catch it. Okay then. Pretty cheap though. Looks like we put 2 little dough balls on it. Okay, that's a rainbow trout. I want to say they're called rainbow trout because, like, their iridescent shine kind of looks like a rainbow if you take them out of water. But I'm not certain. That was not mission target. I don't think salmon roe is that big. I think I've eaten some. And it's kind of smaller and more, like, orange. You're small. You're too small. Streak down the side of them. See. Racing stripes on fish. I would think this would be a cherry salmon because of the red color, but I'm pretty sure that little red stripe, it it kind of changes color in the sunlight. Like a little bit. That's one mission target. You're small, but I'll catch you anyway because you're worth points. Can't say I've eaten rainbow trout. I've eaten my share of salmon, though. If it tastes like salmon, well, it's on the menu. You're small, I think. I want to say you're small. Slightly bigger? Let's see, what else could I talk about? I made pizza last night. Like, actually made a pizza. It was terrible. Well, I mean, the pizza tasted good, but, like, it looked terrible because, like, we don't have a pizza pan, so I kind of had to, like, take the dough and kind of smush it out into this amoeba square shape. Okay, you're mission target. And then after that, like, the cheese melted off the pizza, and then off of the baking sheet it was on, and into the oven, which apparently, if you let cheese dry, it comes off super easy from the bottom of an oven because it's so greasy. Like, don't try and, like, wipe it up when it's, like, still, like, liquid. Yeah, the dough was cooked pretty good, and the sauce was just whatever tomato sauce out of a can, and then the cheese was just mozzarella cheese. Yeah, it was pretty good. I wouldn't mind making another pizza, since we've got, like, blocks of cheese. We got, like, strangely lots and lots of blocks of cheese that show up. So what was that fish I saw in the river all those years ago? There's only so much I can figure out from memory alone. Well, yeah, Detective Gooper Goldfish, let's go figure out the mystery. Cheddar hot dogs and dill pickles on home pizza was basically my childhood. Can't say I've had dill pickles. I think I might have had hot dogs. But I would be willing to try that. That sounds like it could be pretty tasty. Because that's like 3 of my favorite food groups. Cheese, hot dogs, and pickles. As long as they're dill pickles and not any of those bread and butter abominations. Because my dad did try to catch that fish in order to keep his promise to me. So confused that dill pickles are so rare for pizza places. Probably because they've been shoved out with banana peppers and jalapenos. Because I think the banana peppers they use are kind of pickled. I can't remember. But here in the United States, pickles on pizza is not something you hear often. And I want to say because every other country has to follow the United States, including Canada, that just Canada follows suit. But Then again, you might be able to get cheese curds on your pizza, which buying cheese curds in America is almost unheard of. Yeah, the Pizza Hut, let me guess, Pizza Hut, Domino's, possibly Little Caesars? Maybe not. Maybe Papa John's. Okay, no curds on pizza. That was worth a shot. Like, poutine pizza I was thinking of. But, like... yeah, you can go to the corner store and pick up curds and make some poutine. I can't do that. The curds are, like... I have to search for, like, cheese curds. Like, the only cheese curds we have are cottage cheese, which I'm pretty sure is not the same thing. Even though they are kind of a cheese curd. Unless you're just gonna say that, like, poutine is just literally cottage cheese and fries. Can't get alcohol at corner stores, it's a bit of a trade-off. You know what? I would give up alcohol corner stores for cheese curd corner stores. Curds we use are like dense lumps, yeah. But like, I went looking for some cheese curds, and like, those things are so expensive. And they're like the specialty, Italian ones. So, I ain't making poutine, like, here. I don't know if they'd have them in Vermont, since Vermont's so close to the, Canadian border. So I don't know if Quebec makes, poutine. Or it could have been, like, from French Canada. Dense mozzarella you just cut up. But then that would just make it cheese fries. Not super far from a dairy, but from where I originally from, we didn't have curds as a common thing. That reminds me, what was the name of that thrift store you got your, like, expired food from? Or, like, you know, the almost expiring food from? There was also a promise that I made to my dad when I was a kid. I promised him that I would learn to ride a bike. All the other kids in the neighborhood had learned to ride their bikes because we live in Japan and biking is, like, you know, kind of a thing. Unless they wanted to, like, wipe the serial numbers off and say this happened in America, where, like, biking can get you killed. I was the last one who couldn't. It was so humiliating. So I made a promise to my dad, and I practiced riding here at the cabin. Also, you mentioned cooking lentils in pickle juice, which sounded interesting. I fell off the bike again and again, and cried again and again, and totally tore up my knees again and again, but don't worry. Tear up your knees enough you won't even be able to feel it anymore. When I was ready to give up, my dad said, "Once you get the idea that you can't do it, it's all over. With some courage, you can overcome the temptation to quit. Don't be afraid. Keep the bike moving and keep the pedals turning." A grocery outlet and called Almost Perfect. I'll keep that in mind if we have any, like, down around here. I don't think we do, but it's worth it. Just looking for it. I'm in the grand state of Virginia, I should say, which, like, it has virgin in there. The regular version, not the West version. We are the virgins of the East. Finally, with my dad's help, I did learn to ride that bike. I don't know, there was that, as translated by Google, country roads. So, I guess it is a euphemism. With my dad's help, I did learn to ride that bike. Dad was just as excited about it as I was. I was free! I could go places! I could get kidnapped by strangers. Jump for joy. Yeah, I had plenty of adventures when I was riding my bike. I would go places my parents told me, like, don't go. Because, well, you know, they told me not to go there. To Pennsylvania, Hanover, Pennsylvania. You have to go into Pennsylvania, Hanover, or Chambersburg. Hanover? Like Germany? Chambersburg, I don't even know. Like 11 p.m. with those. Okay, Hanover, Pennsylvania, and then Chambersburg. Oh, Pennsylvania's like a 6-hour drive, I think. Gettysburg. East of Gettysburg. And then there's Gettysburg, Virginia, so that's like way up north. If I'm ever around that area, I'll look for them. Also, I don't think we share much audience. I don't know what audience we do share. If there's like any. Find smaller Chinese. Yeah, I'm willing to look into it. I'm willing to buy almost all of the almost expired food. And then have my, like, mom gasp at me that I'm eating quote-unquote expired food. But I'm still here, I'm still in one piece. And I don't have too many things that I think that can be attributed to, like, eating bad food. So I think I'm pretty good. I was thrilled and I couldn't help it but pedal around like mad. Before I knew it, the two of us were splattered in mud. I was about to think they was splattered all over the road. You both had to take a bath to wash off all the mud. You don't take a bath in Japan. You take a shower and then you take a bath. Then he gave me ice cream! That night I slept deeply, the kind of rest that only comes when you feel like you've really accomplished something. I'll definitely look for the grocery outlet. And then what was that about pickle juice and lentils? Like, do you cook them in the pickle juice, or do you just soak them in the pickle juice and then cook them? Like, just, I guess, just throw them in a pot after the pickle juice. Because we've got lots of pickle juice around here. You put pickle juice into the water, you're cooking them. Would you say it was like 2 to 1, 1 to 1, half to 1? You must know the secret of these pickle juice lentils. No new quests. Let me get some hydration. I like the fact that you can actually see me drink. you know I'm hydrating. Alright, so just experiment until you find... So experiment until one finds a ratio they're happy with. Got it. I will get some lentils and try it, next time I have lentils. Green lentil. Yesterday I found a scrap of paper in the cabins, because I might try actually putting some lima beans in pickle juice. Or just, you know, just cook every bean except northern beans, because I hate them. In pickle juice and water. Tonight for dinner, I'm going to cook a meal straight out of my childhood. Sand shrimp, and we need red sea bream. Red sea bream and red snappers are not the same fish, are they? Because they kind of look similar. I know my family probably won't eat the, pickled lentils because they don't eat lentils. Probably wouldn't want it to be more acidic than, like, tomato sauce in the end. Try to keep that in mind, because we got some pretty acidic tomato sauce. Although I'm not sure my mom's right that once you open the tomato sauce can, it becomes acidic because it was hermetically sealed. I think if it's an acid, it doesn't matter if it's in a vacuum or not. It will do the acid thing. Oh, now there's the platinum rod. Wait, no, there was the platinum rod. Mermaid Princess rod. The Iron Guardian, that's the one I was looking for. Let's make terrible choices. Butter on the lentil. Sounds tasty. Sounds like if I could get my hands on some lentils, might be eating lentils in the next couple days. And, severely impacting the 3 jars of pickle juice we have. Because we bought a lot of pickles when all of us were sick, because, like, apparently if you're, like, really sick, like with COVID and all that, they say, like pickle juice, salt, and whatever is, like, good to have. Which apparently, I guess maybe it's true. And I didn't touch the thing. The fish just decided to hook itself. So I was trying to get the bigger fish, because I need the 53 inches, 53 centimeters or more. I do like they did not convert it to the Imperial system. Probably will work well with corn or something too. Maybe corn. I don't know. I like sweet corn, so... But definitely would try, like, other of the bean varieties. Like, lima beans, butter beans, black-eyed peas, black beans. Something used to be different flavored butters. Yeah, flavored butters are kind of expensive. Like, getting honey butter, I know is expensive. dilled butter flavor with a bit of acidity. I do have some dill weed, so I could probably like maybe put some more dill on it if I wanted more dill. I don't know how fresh my dill weed is though, it's kind of old. But I'm usually the spices only expire when they start tasting dodgy. Really? Really, Grasshopper? Really? You're like the trash fish of this game. You know, you're like the Zubats, and the Geodudes, and the Woobats. You know those, like, annoying Pokemon that you're excited to get, like, when you get there, but then you're like, you see 100 of them, and you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't have caught the first one I saw. I recommend getting a dill plant and planting it outside. Even if you don't have proper property for it, it's called a weed for a reason. They grow really well. Sneak out late at night with some dillweed seeds next to the woods out back that don't really get mowed. And like stick them in where like they don't really mow all that well. I hope they get enough sunlight. I actually might try that. You go to the playground down the street and scatter them along the fence line. I mean, because we don't really actually... We only have like a porch and we're on the second floor, so we don't really actually have any property to plant anything, but we do have a backyard, like a back area. And part of that back area doesn't quite get mowed because it's close to the tree line. I'll see if it's invasive or not, because I don't really want to wreck the environment around here. Even though it's kind of a shit environment. Because we do have like loads and loads of critters around here. And those critters get rid of all the, like, the garbage and the trash around here. Since, like, the back area is kind of like a trail, a small nature trail thing. And there are those people that, like, will just leave their... Well, and then, like, lots of students, when they walk into school, will walk through there and, you know, dump their garbage. So, like, you know, I want to keep the local animal populace alive just to get rid of that garbage. I sometimes will contribute to the, local, Lego. Lego. Hey, fish. You want to eat this pre-chewed shrimp? Oh, well. Thought that was the big one, but it was not, alas, the big one. What's the local list of the native fauna are beavers, raccoons, possums, bunnies, possibly deer, possums, squirrels, and of course the variety of birds. Either of you. Either of you want this shrimp. Ah! Come on! There we go. I want to say we might have bears around here too, but probably not in this area. Probably really have to be out in the woods for them. We do have snakes. But the only snakes I've seen are like these really small, harmless ones. That are more cute than anything else. Feels pretty invasive if you let it go to sea, but I don't think it's a harmful plant. But considering, well, there is ivy on like all the plants out back, so... Which might be, kudzu? Maybe I can, like, plant some dill to, like, snuff out the kudzu. You... Small, large, large... Yeah, good enough. Fish escape. Come on! That shouldn't count against me. That's only because I didn't want that fish. And the game was like, you're gonna take this fish, and I'm like, no I'm not. Behind the spice rack in the kitchen, I found a scrap of paper. How to serve man. Dad's recipe for a special omelette. Which omelette is the French word for omelet. My wife usually does the cooking at home, but here at the cabin I have to feed myself. Oh no! It was in this cabin that I first learned how to cook. Actually, naturally, it was Dad who taught me. I like men who could know how to cook in video games. Because too often it's like pushed on to like the whatever female character is present. How to hold the knife, how to chop the ingredients, how to adjust the heat, how to season. I learned it all from him. Do you know in like the animes, they're like, in an Atome anime, she wants to do all of the things for the men because they saved her life or whatever. And like, in some of like the harem ones, there's always gonna be like the one that like wants to cook for everybody because she's just enamored with like the main dude. The main dude can't cook because he's a dude, and like, I don't know, anime thinks it's genetic or something. Which honestly, cooking is just observation and reading directions. And experimentation. It's just basically fucking science. He always said to me, when you can cook my special omelette all by yourself, it will mean you're all grown up. But I have never cooked it. How could I when I stopped coming to the cabin for so long? His dad has low standards. Well, I mean, if the standards are that low and this guy still can't meet them, that's pretty sad. Finally, I made Dad's omelet recipe. It tasted just how I remembered it. flavor of my childhood, and this omelet is just like eggs. That's it. It's just eggs. It's just eggs and you just, like, fold it over. But it, like, he could never, like, fold it over, or he made scrambled eggs instead. It brought memories flooding back. Would Dad give a stamp of approval to my omelet? I wondered. And somehow I found myself crying again. Over my salad. My egg salad. Which is a kind of omelet, but not. Then I gobbled down the omelet. It honestly upsets me how many people are legitimately too lazy to learn even this level of cooking. So, there's a story my mom tells about when my older brother went to college. Like, his roommates were putting the, you know when you're making mac and cheese? They were putting the cheese in with the water and the mac. They were that inept. And it's like, it is kind of upsetting, like, how we just don't teach a certain sect of the population how to just basically make eggs. Just make an omelet. How do you make an omelet? You put the eggs in a bowl and you stir them up before you put them in the pan. That's the difference. And if you want to make scrambled eggs, you don't leave them lay there. You'd use the spatula thing to, like, kind of move them around a bit. And, like, I'm sure there are some people out there that, like, can't even make ramen properly. And that's just basically putting it in a bowl with water and throwing it in the microwave for 3 minutes. The video of that guy washing a chicken on stream, and chat tells him he shouldn't have used the soap. Well, at least his chicken's gonna be extra clean and have a unique flavor of dishwashing soap. Well, you gotta get the chicken clean. If you don't get your chicken clean, you're gonna get salmonella. You gotta, you know, wash it with soap, right? Right? You gotta get the salmonella off. I mean, you know, oven at, like, however much temperature it is isn't gonna do it for you. Like, I think it's over 145 degrees. It ain't gonna kill them germs, right? No, see, those germs are heat resistant. They have, like, little heat resistant suits they wear. So you gotta, like, scrub them with the soaps. The chicken washing thing has always been a hot button issue, but the idea of using soap on top is just... Yeah, using the soap, that's just no. No, you've taken it a step too far. Like, I know some people will wash their chickens, like, they'll just do, like, a precursory... Just wash the blood and stuff out. Even though that blood and stuff is flavor, they'll just kind of, like, wash it out. Tiny grave, oh gods. And I will kind of technically wash my chicken, but that's usually only to defrost it. Like, I really want to defrost it quickly, so I just shove it under some water, like, make it so I can pry the chickens apart from each other. But I usually don't go more than I've gotten the chickens apart, and then they go in the pot they go. See, that's another thing with expired food and stuff, and I'm like, if I cook it at a high enough temperature, it's bound to kill anything that's gonna hurt me. Today I awoke to the warbling of the birds. Nothing excites the birds like the coming of spring. No, nothing excites the birds like the coming of other birds. Black porgy. Mussels. 5 minutes. 62 centimeters or more. 2 of them. Oh boy. I want to say I've heard you wash your chicken if you're going to, like, stuff it with other poultry, like the turduckens. Like, you wash your turkey and then you stuff it with your duck and then you... Well, you know, you wash your turkey, duck, and chicken and then you can stuff the turkey, duck, and chicken. But that's all I've heard about washing things. Not a black porgy. Neither of you are black porgies. Is a black porgy another kind of sea bream? Because I'm starting to see, like, you're no, bad, let go. Didn't get away, I didn't want it in the first place. I think washing would be good ideas if you drop it. Yeah, you know, maybe to get all, like, the floor crusties and fuzz off. If you've got, like, floor crusties and fuzz. Okay, this is a black porgy. Black porgy, pay attention to me! Your senpai wants their kohai to pay attention to them. Is anything wrong with the meat? Washing it won't do anything. If there's anything wrong with me, yeah, washing won't do anything. Well, cooking it do stuff, that's the cooking. That would kill the stuff, right? Or is there, like, even some things that, like... Let go. There we go. The blackest of porgies. Which means they're the biggest of porgies. Come on, fish. Yeah, this rod had no power, but it had all the durability. And all the well, not the power, but it had the reeling speed. It had speed and durability, but no power. Which I think I might need power. Or not. There we go. And if I can get the other one in a minute, that would be pretty cool. You, in the back, yeah, grab this. No, not you, let go, let go. Yes, thank you. Grab it, grab it! Put your fish lips on this, thank you. Not certain I can get this in 30 seconds. But I will try! No, it's not happening. It was on the line! It's been sitting uncovered in the fridge for a week and a half after being in the grocery store like that for the same... Though it'll be pretty gross, so I don't blame some. Well, the part that gets you sick isn't the germs or bacteria, but the waste from the germs and bacteria, similar to alcohol not disappearing when yeast dies in alcohol production. Some of those waste chemicals denature from the heat, but there can be stuff like an abscess deep in the middle of a roast. Cut it open, you get a nice beef yolk, as I like to call it. Those can be caused from an injury from running into something like another cow or a pig really hard, but more commonly a needle injection site. I got a large one! So what if it was 4 centimeters off? Beef yolk sounds not good. It sounds very gross. I want to say that R in meat is, like, inspected for that stuff, but, like, probably not. So we have the USDA, United States Drug Administration? Something D out agriculture? No, it is, but people don't do a good job. Yeah, that's true. People are like, it's meat. Looks good to me. It'd be kind of a pain in the ass if the birds could, like, eat your bait before it gets in the water. Fish! Fish, fish, fish! Yes! Oh yeah, lead me to the other porgies. I think I see what the power is. Some are hard to find, but big lumps on the outside are easy to spot for a seasoned worker. Problem is the high turnover rate, so you mostly get rookies. It's hard work and they should pay more for it to keep people. I mean, especially since it's like, this is stuff going to other people to, like, eat. like, why would you... It's like, there's a lot of jobs out there that just should seriously be paid more for what they're doing. Like, garbage workers, which are like, I do believe garbage man is like the most dangerous job. Next well, I know like crab fishing's pretty up there, but I would say we really don't need crab meat all that much. But we do need garbage people. I'm betting the crab people get paid a lot more than the garbage people because crab's like a premium. Honestly, fast food workers should be paid a lot more because they have to deal with, like, people who are angry that, like, someone did or did not put pickles on their hamburger. Like, I'm talking, like, unrealistically angry. Crab fishermen are well compensated. Garbage men, depending on region, can be minimum wage. Yeah. You should not be paid minimum wage to deal with people's garbage. You need to be paid, like, the millions of dollars that, like, football players are paid, because... You know what's in garbage? Diseases. Lots of diseases. All of the diseases. And even when you're wearing proper protection, like, there's some times where those diseases can just get by everything. Oh yeah, great A. Fast food is a difficult one to judge, because it usually can be an easy job way back, but now it's absurd training and constantly changing menus. Well, ball sports pay is because they injure themselves and medical bills are ridiculous. That's usually what I hear justifying the millions, but usually there's not really a lot to justify the millions. Past, they get injured a lot and they put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. But then again, you have, like, the top players, which are paid millions, and then you have, like, the bottom players, which are not paid millions. And the bottom players get just as injured as the top players do. Well, then again, WWE is more like a performance. You're not technically supposed to be getting injured. That's, like, the whole point of it, is that it looks like it's, like, more terrible than what it is. It's like how to lay a person across your knee the most gentlest way possible, but make it look like it was the most violent way possible. Found a nest some little birds had built under the eaves of the cabin. For birds, spring is an important season when they grow their families. That also should be noted. Like when the leaves of the trees out back, like they fall off, you can see where the bird nests are in them, or were in them. We're not trying to hurt each other, but there are so many. Yeah, I mean, of course, there's been like wrestling deaths. Like I think, was it the Ultimate Warrior that died because he, like, fell? His wire snapped and he fell into, like, the arena? Or was that somebody else? And WWE, richest pro wrestling company, do not cover medical expenses. Okay, that was Owen Hart. Discovery dredged up a sad childhood memory for me. In a corner of the cabin's garden is a tiny grave, where Dad and I buried a tiny guest of our cabin all those years ago. That day, it started raining in the afternoon, so Dad and I rushed back to the cabin. By the front door, we found a baby bird, drenched to the bone, shivering. We scooped it right up and brought it inside. Dad gave it first aid as best he could. Feathers were badly injured. Baby birds don't have feathers. And if they're old enough to have feathers, then it was just kicked out of the nest to, like, learn how to fly. It'd probably been attacked by another bird. Possibly. My dad said, the little guy can make it through the night. He'll probably be okay. I have a feeling the original Japanese was, if the little bird can make it through the night, it'll probably be okay, because they don't gender animals like we gender animals. Ultimate Warrior died from a heart attack. Always knew wrestling was a performance because my father told us. That was never weird to me. I thought it was weird that the wrestlers never had bruises, but in big matches they're bleeding from the top of their head. Like that bleeding, that's real bleeding, right? Or is that like they put some squibs up there and like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna hit you on the head a few times and then like gonna pop the squib and it's gonna bleed all over you. Okay, it is real bleeding. The next morning, the little bird was cold to the touch. So we ate it. I cried my eyes out. Seeing that, Dad said to me, let's give our little guest a proper burial. So we dug a tiny grave in the corner of the yard. Dad buried the bird with a sunflower seed, so it wouldn't go hungry on its way to birdie heaven. Or to the birdie underworld. Every summer since then, beautiful sunflowers have bloomed in that corner of the yard. Aww, it's actually kind of touching. That sounds like it could be dangerous, just from like getting an infection from cutting yourself. I too have a traumatic childhood story that involves baby birds. Or a baby bird. I'd rather not tell it because it's actually pretty gruesome. And sad. But sometimes accidents do happen and they take a hit and they bleed unintentionally. Apparently wrestlers use razor blades to cut their scalps to bleed all over the place. I'm assuming they don't cut deep because I'm assuming that, like, all the blood vessels up there, you don't really have to cut deep to bleed everywhere. Today I'm going out to the ocean again. There should be an again there because it's not like this isn't the first time he's been to the ocean. It's a hardcore wrestler who has a fucked up looking forehead because he's bladed so many times. That's kind of getting into like self-harm. The only thing I have to be careful about is not dozing off in the warm sun, and then falling overboard and getting eaten by the shark. Brown trout in the ocean? I thought trout were more like a river lake fish. But I guess if you say that there's trout in the ocean, there's trout in the ocean. So honestly, I get a feeling a lot of these fish are called like trout and salmon and stuff, but they're like the same kind of general species of fish. Yeah, this is a lake. This is not the ocean. We're on a lake. Where's my other one? Where's my, dragon hammer? I'm gonna go with my dragon hammer. You know, I was hoping Sooty Spirits would get an anime, because that looks like it should get an anime. Which, I've experimented with trying to stream it, but it requires actual Joy-Cons. Which, I do have- you're right, you're Rainbow Trout. You're not- you're Rainbow- yeah, you're Rainbow Trout. I just need the plain brown trout. Because Sooty Spirits is based on like an arcade game. Okay, you are the brownest of trouts. Or the riverest of- you are the- you, one of you, bite you in the back. You want to bite this. There, okay, good. Not the biggest of trouts, but you're the brownest of trouts. Because, yeah, Sooty Spirits, like I said, based on an arcade game that you can buy these toys for. And it's like, it's just super anime fishing with, like, monster fish and stuff. And you're supposed to, like, reel the fish in as fast as possible, like, by mashing the buttons and stuff. Or, in the case of the Switch, by reeling in, like, since they have an actual controller. Which, that's another thing that upsets me, like, the controllers you see, like, the Switch fishing rod controller things, like, it's just basically you put your controllers in it. Therefore, Sooty Spirits, specifically, that is what that rod is used for. I don't know if the Strike or the Cabela's one or any of that, like, uses it, but I do know it's Sooty Spirits specifically. They want to sell it with the other fishing game of, like, Fishing Tour. Which, that is not... Fishing Tour does not use that rod and cannot use that rod because it covers up the buttons you need. There is no reel on the market, no reel attachment on the market that goes with Fishing Star World Tour. I know there's some out there that say they do, like the Yule Rod, but it doesn't. It does not at all, so don't waste your money. If anybody fishing people out there are like, should I buy this Yule thing? No. Trust me, just get the game. The game's good. But there's not enough fishing attachment that works with it. But you don't really need one. It's just, you just have one to, like, kind of feel the motions. Alright, Meryl, take care. Have a nice sleep. Thanks for dropping by. I'll probably see you after you wake up. Well, I probably won't see you. I'll probably hear your... Well, I probably won't hear you. I'll probably see the text in the chats. Yeah, I bought one for like $6, I want to say. And I want to say I got my money back because it arrived way late. And I was like, it didn't arrive. But I know there's one for Sooty Spirits that's like, I think $30, and it's like, it's just plastic. Something about spring sunshine. Around midday, a wave of sleepiness washes over me. I mean, heat just puts me straight out. I lost my concentration and dozed off. Something that my dad once said to me popped into my head. Fish need sleep too. And that's when he'd like shove the dynamite into the water. I was watching the fish in our basement tank and noticed one fish resting on the bottom of the tank, not moving. That probably means it's sleeping. If it's floating at the top of the tank sideways, that means it's forever sleeping. For 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the fish did not move at all. Thought it was dead, so I ran and told my dad. My dad came down to the basement and stared at the tank for a while. Oh, okay, if it's on the bottom and it's sideways and it's kind of floating around it, it's probably dead. If the fish is sideways and it's not a flounder, it's probably dead. Or really, really sick and going to be dead. My dad came down to the basement and stared at the tank for a while. Then suddenly he tapped lightly on the tank glass. With that, the fish that had been motionless started swimming around. I was baffled, so my dad explained to me, fish sleep too. I guess that fish was just sleeping. Then my dad yawned and went back upstairs. Dad must have sleeping when I went running to him about the fish. Dad must have been sleeping when I went running to him about the fish. So I ended up disturbing the sleep of both him and the fish. Good job! But yeah, I got mine off of the, off of like one of those like sites like straight from China. And I paid like $6 for it. Because like lots of the ones you see are just straight from China, so you might as well just buy it from there. Alright, I am going to call this a video as soon as we go play around with the aquarium. Okay, let me see if there's a quest. Quest? No quest. Alright, gonna play around with the aquarium since we did get some new, fish. And we did get a new toy to put in the- well, we got a new, bluegill, you're going away. I hate you. See rainbow trout in the tank. Spotted char, you look like a cherry salmon, so I'm gonna, well, maybe not. You look more like the trout. But I'm putting the cherry salmon in the tank. Sockeye salmon, you're gonna be replaced with... the pike? Yeah, we're gonna throw the pike in there. Let's see, rainbow trout, cherry salmon, Ammermiddow, you're gonna become lake trout. Then the pale chub will go out next time. Alright, let me move this around so we can shove our pyramid in here somewhere. Oh well, that's gone. Let's have this one facing like the proper way. Or I say proper, but, well, doesn't necessarily mean proper. Let's put that some seaweed, some of this, whatever this is, in here. And then look at the abomination we have created. Here we got our lake trout. And our bitterling. And our pale chub, which kind of looks like the bitterling, but it's a different shape, but kind of the same colors. Smallmouth bass, which is the cutest of bass. A northern pike, which is kind of cute. Spotted gar. And our rainbow trout. Our three lips. Our cherry salmon, which probably does not taste like cherries. And our silver arowana. Let's go to the bitterling. Oh, hey, bitterling! We just overfeed the tank here. What the hell, Captains? That's not any remotely what I said. I said, let's not overfeed the tank. Got our little sphinx there with the nose still attached. Statue staring at the wall. Our, sunfish. Which it's a wonder how it's still not extinct. Clownfishies. Alright, let's go shove the, pyramid into the, move this rock over here, and then put the pyramid up front. And then change our fish up. Let's see. You! I'm tired of seeing you! The chicken grunt's new. Put you in. Striped beakfish. White spotted parrotfish? Yeah. Bonito, you're gonna get replaced with the, yeah, there's yellowtail, I do believe is a type of tuna. And then we have the bluefin. Let's put in, like, this massive, huge tuna. Filefish, we can put, wait, no, filefish maybe we can put in the halibut. Grouper. Or, you know, man, let's put in a black porgy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. They're huge-ass tuna. And after rotating it... Yeah, you can just see the Sphinx peeking just a little bit past the pyramid. Ah! My fish disappeared! Where? Where'd they go? No, seriously, where'd my fish go? Oh, damn. My fish disappeared! Fish? Yeah, there's the chicken grunt. Which looks basically fish-shaped. The jack mackerel, which is hiding. There it is. Tiny little fishy. The bluefin tuna, which is huge. Spotted knife jaw. Kinda looks like a porgy. The salmon, which looks like a salmon. A white spotted parrotfish. And the black porgy. And the fat greenling. And the blue fusiliner. Yellowtail, which I still believe is a type of tuna. Or maybe in the tuna family. And back to the chicken grunt. Let's leave everyone off with the black porgy. Alright, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks everyone who showed up. I appreciate it. Once again, Revenant Saga might do a double stream. Might just do, like, double time stream. Past that, it's just gonna be fishing on Mondays. Like, Sunday, Monday. As usual, Revenant Saga after that, as usual. Don't really have any news other than still working on the road trip book. And, Ray Gigant will be, I hate it when it translates it as Reagan. It's like Ray, you know, Ray of Sunshine, Ray. Gigant, like gigantic. So, we got Keegan. Like, gigantic. Oh, kitty! Kitty! Sorry, I saw a kitty outside. It's a rule. Whenever you see a cat pass by, you have to, like, shout kitty at it for no reason whatsoever other than it's a kitty. You have to remind it that it's a kitty, and you have to announce to everyone around you that there's a kitty. Anyway, Ray Gigant, probably whatever. And past that, that's pretty much it. Nothing changing in the schedule.